Hello and welcome to Monkey's Paper Palooza Craft Corner. Today I am going to be showcasing two things that arrived in the mail today. First being my new Tim Holtz glass media mat, as well as my monthly hero February 2019 kit that just came in. So here it is, ladies and gents, my birthday present to myself, a Tim Holtz glass media mat. And everybody's saying, well, you already had a glass mat. Why did you get this one? Well, I've always really wanted the Tim Holtz from the day it came out. But because my desk that I used to have was so small, I could not fit this monster of a mat on it. And now that I have a bigger workspace, I have so much more space to actually have something like this. And one great feature about this is it does have a little like cling sticky, kind of like a little non-stick mat that you can add to it. You can buy replacements for it to it when it gets destroyed, because after a while they do get worn down. But you have a beautiful little glass grid underneath there too, so you have a secondary surface. And then you have this beautiful gridded regular glass mat surface to use. So it is very big. That's one big thing about it. And for some that might be a pro, and some that might be a con. So, of course, now we're zoomed in and we can see the grid surface, and look how long this thing is. It is huge. So this is why I'm saying it could be a pro, it could be a con to you guys. If you have a smaller workspace like I used to, I only had like an 18 by 18 table that I could put it on. You are not going to want this mat. You're going to want to go for a smaller. Like these are, I think, 13 by 13, and they have some that are 15 by 15 that are smaller and more suitable for a smaller workspace. They do considerably have the same features, so it's really nothing different other than, oh my gosh, you get a little bit more space. And here's my little tape that I use for my lining up my camera. Isn't that funny? I have those on there. I haven't done this on this one yet, but I probably will make those marks there so I know them in screen. But this is going to give us so much more space for me to do videos for you guys. Because before, I could only go the certain width of my mat. Now I have this whole almost 2 feet of surface to scoop myself wherever I want to be. So very fun. I like the idea of having that. And you guys are going to jiggle a little bit. Sorry about that. But yeah, it is a large work surface. So I said that can be a pro, that can be a con, depending on what kind of space you have in your craft room. But look at how these colors are going to pop on this. And that's one thing I do like about the black versus the white. I feel like the color is going to be easier for us to focus in on the brightness of the colors, and it's going to give us a lot more space to work on, which I really think is going to be fun. So I can't wait to use these for our projects for you guys. But you're saying, well, what is the difference between these two glass mats? Absolutely nothing. But one good thing about glass mats is they're easier to clean. You could use rubbing alcohol or dish soap. They're heat resistant, which is a big plus. And they are also very versatile for multimedia, meaning different types of glues, different types of adhesives, even clay and things. Now, I'm going to bring out my old craft mat. This is what most of us have used over the years, the non-stick craft mat. But after a while, they have wear down and you have to replace them. The thing about glass mats is you do not need to replace them unless they shatter or break. They are tempered glass, so it's very hard to break. But you cannot puncture it. Like if I have my tool here, my tool-in-one, I'm going to just try to get this little needle part out. If I were to drop it, let's just say, on my mat and it cuts into the mat, it's going to leave a puncture hole and it's going to mess up my mat. It could ruin the non-stick surface. Things start to stick in it. They are not heat resistant, like I said. And after a while, if you do heat set on them, they will wear down and start melting. The glass mat revolutionized that. They were first used by people who did wood crafts and wood burning and polymer clays. But now a lot of crafters in card making and scrapbooking do it. And it's etched in there, your grid, so you don't have to worry about wiping it off. It's really fun. And I really love these lines. They're very nice grids to them. I like the center grid in there, so it'll be easy for us to line up things. Another one I am going to get soon is going to be the Wendy Vinci's Station, I think it's called. And it's a magnetic one, and I'm really excited about that. And you're supposed to be able to line up things pretty well on that without it slipping or taping, and great for stenciling. I'm going to show you, look at how easy it is to line on that. So really nice grid on this. I'm going to be really having a lot of fun with this with you guys. So if you have a smaller surface, this size might be a con for you versus the smaller mats. Like I said, we got a longer place to pan in, pan out, which is going to be nice. I'm going to keep both mats because sometimes I need another secondary mat. And it's also good for traveling too because that one's a smaller one. But like I said, look at the length of this. This thing is huge. And it's going to give you a lot of space to work on, especially if you do multi-step projects. You can put your watercolors on one side, just keep all your paper stuff on one side. It's kind of nice. Tim Holtz did put a lot of thought into this when he was designing it. So I think you're going to really like the way these mats work for you. So if you are looking for a long-term mat, these are for you. If you're looking for something that is temporary, you can go buy the cheap little craft mats and use them for that. But I am going to say, long-term, these are worth the investment. And it can be any of them. The Tonic, the We Are Memory Keepers, even Tim Holtz's. It doesn't have to be this one because honestly, depending on what you have, price points might up. So the first thing we're going to show out on this thing is another thing that came in today is my Monthly Hero February 2019 kit. It is so 1920s. It's fun and it's very Art Deco and very fun in the designs. And you get these beautiful big die and stencil with it, plus some very, very reflective paper and some little confetti. It's so much fun. And it is going to be very, very fun to make cards with. So that's the first thing we're going to get to play on this glass mat that we have now on our bigger surface. And I'm so happy to be able to try that out with you guys on this. And hopefully we'll have a more beautiful, crisp, fun video experience. So let's open up this little packet here. And as you see, you get black and gold little confetti dots that are very fun in multiple sizes. You get this awesome Art Deco stencil. And then, like I said, very reflective paper. There I am. It's like a mirror. They say this one's silver. I call it more of a graphite, but they call it silver. It's not as silver as I thought it'd be, a more grayer tone. And then we also have the gold, which is also very reflective. In there, you're seeing all my craft room. All the rainbow colors in my room. And my skylight. And all the stuff. It's a very reflective paper, and you get one sheet of each of those. And here is the fun stamp kit that we are all waiting for. We've been seeing things shown on Pinterest and stuff with them, and Hero Arts has been slowly releasing them out to get us excited for this 1920s themed stamp kit. So you get your beautiful stamps, and you get a small amount of dies, but the dies are not coming off easy. So let's start with getting the stamp kit off first. There we go. 6x8 stamp kit. All kinds of fun little 1920 designs and sayings. And then you get this beautiful die kit. If I can get it off the paper, it's really stuck there. And there's your little papers that come behind it. And I'm going to get that adhesive off this front one so I can show you a little better. There we go. So you kind of get that little like spotlight link, and then you get this pretty little pattern design. It tells you everything you get in your kit like they've usually been doing lately, which is really nice because then you get to know exactly what's in your kit. And for me, it makes it a little easier because then I can look at that and tell you exactly what's in it. The dies are really cool, and I'm going to cut those out for you. Now, you don't get as many as you did in the last one. I mean, you really get just the main figures. You don't get these little faces and silhouettes. But the little silhouettes of the dancers, the car, the martini glass, the jukebox, and the little record player. And then you get that fun, huge die. which is a nice layering die, and we'll have some fun with that. The gorgeous Art Deco stencil. Of course, you get the little confetti, and you get this super reflective paper in both the gold and silver, they call it, though it's more of a graphite. But that's what you get, and it's really fun. And I can't wait to make some cards with that. That'll coming up in our next video. I figured if we did our unbagging today, we'd have more fun to do our card making in the next video. Plus, I wanted to show out the cool mat we just got. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope if you were looking at the Tim Holtz and you were considering it, to look at it if you have the space for it. If not, you can always consider the smaller ones. So if you like this video, please check out the last uploaded video, as well as one specially curated just for you. And like always, we welcome you to like, subscribe, and ring for notifications, and check out our website, as well as our Facebook and Instagram pages, and also follow us on Pinterest.